Hello, beautiful, and welcome to Makeup. This is starting to become a problem. I made another hat! No one's surprised. No one is surprised. At this point, if I make a video and I don't have a hat, that's the surprise. Hello, gorgeous, and welcome back to Water Cooler Convo Makeup, where I talk about the things that you want me to talk about, where I talk about the things that I want me to talk about, and sometimes we meet in the middle, and I talk about the things that we want me to talk about while I do my makeup. And today, after James Charles's comeback video where I analysed part of his apology or accountability or acknowledgement of his awful behaviour, I decided that, you know what, let's analyse all of them, or as many of them as I can handle. And I've done some pretty hefty research videos before. None of them compare to this one. Disclaimer, in this video, as I have already specified, I am analysing and discussing apology videos as a piece of media. I need to specify that none of the apologies that I am referencing in this video are for me to accept or deny, and I am also not trying to quantify who did the worst thing. This is just simply an analysis of these apology videos as a piece of media and a odd little subcategory on YouTube. Also, even though I trust everyone, I still need to specify that I do not promote, encourage, or endorse any mean, hateful, harassing, malicious behaviour. This video is strictly for entertainment and analysis purposes, so I don't want for any mean, hateful, harassing, or malicious behavior to go out there into the world because of something that I've said or on my behalf. We are allowed to keep it cheeky, we're allowed to keep it messy, we're allowed to keep it fun, but if you could please keep it to this channel and this video only. Thank you so much, and with all of that said and done, let's get on to my analysis. Apology videos are now their own subcategory on YouTube, with most of the top creators at least making one my apology or I'm sorry video, and most just don't land. So after my James Charles' sister struggling to make sister sense video, where I analysed his recent comeback video and gave my reasons as to why they're not landing with the audience and people aren't finding them genuine or authentic, I decided to analyse apology accountability videos on YouTube as a whole to see if there's any common mistakes that some of these creators make that make the authenticity of their statements fade away. You know that it's an oversaturated piece of content when there are thousands of parody videos made and analysis videos made on apology videos, and I'm not even talking about mine. I mean that there are thousands of videos, for example Bobby Burns' video, that gives an accurate blueprint or list of trends that a lot of these apology videos follow. Now, my analysis being the analysis in this video isn't so much going to be that people do these things in these apology videos, more so it's going to be people should stop doing these specific things in their apology videos. Because an apology, a legitimate one, should be genuine by definition, and because of this should feel genuine to the audience. If an apology isn't genuine, it is no more than a full stop to the conversation. A situation of, if I say I'm sorry, then people will stop talking about it. If the reason a person or YouTuber is apologizing is just to stop the conversation, then it isn't because there are any genuine attempts to make amends for their awful behavior, it is just to end the argument. Because the controversy is upsetting them, the controversy is inconveniencing them. The quickest and easiest way to make this upset and inconvenience stop for them is for them to say that they're sorry, for them to apologize when they don't actually mean it, and hope that people forgive and forget. The stupidity in this is when a person makes a bad online public apology, typically they're ridiculed more. I will admit the memes that are made of apology videos sometimes just tickle my fancy in the right way. They are an art form. They are just all kinds of beautiful. There have been some things that I have laughed at way too hard and I regret nothing. Now, I'm not saying that every creator does this, but what I am saying is that this is seemingly how a lot of these apology videos come across to the audience, as nothing more than a full stop on the argument, on the conversation. And from my analysis, it seems to be these gold star phrases or these I'm hurting too phrases that affect the authenticity of the apology and the apology video. Now, when I say these gold star phrases, I mean the phrases in these apology videos that make it feel like we're supposed to give them a pat on the back just for saying them, but in reality, these phrases actually serve no purpose. If you can still watch the video without these phrases in it and it still makes complete sense, then these phrases are absolutely unnecessary and they are just padding, possibly bandages for their image. One phrase that I found quite a lot is, I was told to ignore the situation, but I think it's way too important to ignore it. I swear if I hear this phrase one more time in a YouTube apology video, I will quit YouTube, but it's such a trend that I think my only course of action for this is just to not watch another YouTube apology video. Because I like it. I like it here. I like this channel. I don't want to leave. And I don't want to have to stick by my swearing, so I just won't watch another apology video because I don't trust that they won't be in there because people love this phrase. Because do you know what this sentence does? Absolutely freaking nothing. One person who didn't use it this way was actually Tana Mojo in her An Apology video, where she actually specified that she took this advice several times and it bit her on the ass later. But even then, what purpose does this sentence actually serve except to help repair a tarnished brand? Or tell your audience that the people you surround yourself with are dumb and support and excuse this kind of awful behavior? I seriously doubt the second. Some may think that this is me reading into it too much, but how much effort do these YouTubers go to for one video? My longest video has easily taken me 100 hours. My shortest video has easily taken me 8. So why would less effort go into an apology video? If anything, shouldn't more effort? But this one phrase is literally just one example and is probably, for lack of a better phrasing, the most harmless example. The most uncomfortable that I found to watch was in Jeffree Star's Doing What's Right video, where he discussed Dramageddon Part 3, or the situation, and the role that he played. And very typically, for the first half of the video, he did discuss this. But halfway through, there was a very sudden gear shift, and all of a sudden, Jeffree was discussing the injustice for Breonna Taylor, the injustice for black trans women, the injustice for Elijah McClain. Yes, it is incredibly important to discuss the injustice and bring attention to it, but just not in an apology? I swear that I'm trying to find the logic, but I fear it's like the Brontosaurus. Non-existent. Is it the Brontosaurus? I'm pretty sure it's a Brontosaurus that never existed. Does the Brontosaurus exist? Ah! It was the Brontosaurus, but in 2015 it got classified as a dinosaur again. Ah! That's amazing. Oh my god, Brontosauruses are like the Pluto of the dinosaur war. What was that? Brontosauruses are the Pluto of the dinosaur world. There's the sentence. That's so exciting. Brontosauruses are a dinosaur again. Oh, that makes me so happy. The creature is still extinct, but it has now been reclassified as a dinosaur after being sent into exile by the scientific community. Either way, I digress. It's no surprise to me that the like to dislike ratio and the comment section are turned off for this video of Jeffree's, because I am guessing that the comment section was not particularly kind or subtle with their criticism of Jeffree, which, fair, and the like to dislike ratio, I'm guessing it was heavily against him. The genuine purpose of an apology video is to make amends for your wrongdoings. It is not there to receive a gold star or a pat on the back for your efforts to make the apology. An apology doesn't make you a better or worse person. In fact, it actually makes you the exact same person, just one who acknowledges that they need to work on themselves and work on their relationships with others and also mend the hurt that they've caused. So gold star phrases can be edited out easily with no harm done to the overall apology, because they serve absolutely no purpose to the apology, only to the ego of the person apologizing. But it isn't just these gold star phrases, it is also these I'm hurting too phrases that, if anything, have the potential to damage the authenticity of the apology more. Because majority of the audience's interpretation of these I'm hurting too phrases is that the person apologizing is trying to play the victim. Playing the victim does not equal authenticity. But these I'm hurting too phrases come in many different shapes and sizes. The easiest one to observe is most, if not all of them, discuss how much the situation upsets them, how much the situation hurts them, how much the situation embarrasses them, how much the situation shames them, blah, blah, blah. What happened to my scissors? Whoa, where'd they go? There is a wizard in my midst. Found the scissors, they slid underneath the shelf. As I was saying, in these situations, yes, I would expect that the individual that caused the pain would feel guilt for the hurt that they have caused. But the issue with this is that typically the people that are making these videos are upset because for the first time ever, the situation hasn't benefited them. Some made financial profit, some made emotional profit, all while not caring about the effect of their awful behavior on others. It was only after they were called out that suddenly they were upset with themselves. I first analysed and covered this in my James Charles' Sister Struggling to Make Sister Sense video, where I analysed his An Open Conversation comeback video as a piece of media. And in that video, he heavily expressed how much the situation sucked for him, how embarrassing the situation was for him, how embarrassed he was by the situation, how hurt he was by the situation, how upset he was by the situation. Wait, the consequences for your awful behavior sucks. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Stupid. But further from this, in quite a lot of these apology videos, the people making these videos actually list their consequences from the audience and from the internet. They just start to discuss how much hate they're receiving. Typically, they first specify that they're of course used to receiving hate, but this time it is just so much because they are receiving hateful comments, they're receiving hateful videos, they're receiving hateful posts, their family, friends, and loved ones are being brought into it when they weren't involved, and they are also receiving hate, and themselves, their family, friends, and loved ones are all receiving death threats. I will say this, death threats are not okay, and I 100% do not agree with the people that jump to this. These people deserve the consequences for their actions, but that does not include death threats. And any family or friends that weren't involved in whatever scandal that these individuals are all apologizing for should be left out of it entirely. They do not deserve any kind of hate, and they of course do not deserve death threats. If the statement in these apology videos was as simple as, my loved ones are being brought into this situation by people on the internet and are now receiving hate for it, including death threats, please stop, that's fine. A simple statement of, my loved ones were not involved in this situation, they are receiving hate, please stop, I have absolutely no issue with. But riddle me this, why is it necessary to list all of the ways that people are vocalizing their displeasure for you and your awful behavior? Guilt tripping? Wait, so you're receiving negative comments because you did something awful? Say it ain't so. If I was to punch someone in the face at school, do you not think that my teachers and principal would be like, hey, that's awful, and show me the error of my ways? Where's the logic? So sending death threats? Absolutely not. Bringing family and friends into this situation that were never involved in the first place and sending them hate? Absolutely not. But if you don't want anyone telling you that you've done something wrong, then don't do anything wrong. Educate yourself and grow. Another way that I found these I'm hurting too phrases pop up is in the classic phrases, I was in a dark place. This isn't so much a I'm hurting too phrase, more of a I was hurting phrase, but I'm still gonna put it in the same category. Shane and Jeffrey have said this phrase a lot in their apology videos. I've said this so many times in so many different videos. It is a sad, heartbreaking reality, but unfortunately, mental health issues are for the individual to look after. I cannot ask someone to babysit my stuff the same way that someone can't ask me to babysit theirs. I can of course support, but I can't babysit. And the reason I'm bringing it up again in this video is because typically after people say I was in a dark place, they follow it up by discussing their mental health issues or discussing their past trauma that they've experienced. No one should have to suffer with mental health issues, and I wouldn't wish them upon anyone, the same way that no one should have to suffer at the hands of someone else's awful behavior. But just because you are hurting doesn't mean that you can hurt other people. And attempting to normalize this in an apology video is both moronic and a potentially dangerous thing to do, especially with the amount of influence that these people have with their platforms. So a person was in a dark place. Fine. I can accept this. I can accept that all of the people who specify this in their apology videos were in a dark place at the time of their awful behavior that led to the apology video, and I'm not trying to downgrade their pain. But this is an explanation, not an excuse, and so many times I've seen that these explanations have been phrased as excuses, and looking at the like to dislike ratio and the comment section and the audience's response, I feel like I'm not the only one. I know that there's a sympathy for the devil joke somewhere in there, but for the life of me, I can't figure it out. I am just not that funny today. Overall, the easiest way to avoid these I'm hurting too phrases is to remove majority, if not all, personal feelings and emotions from the apology. Still say that you're sorry, and if you feel guilt, express that you feel guilt, but don't bring into it the pain that you felt before, during, or after the incident or incidents that led you to having to make this apology video. Because as I've said before, emotions are uncontrollable and individuals will feel different even in the same situation. So however an individual has to feel in a specific situation is perfectly fine. But it's what a person can do with their emotions that could potentially become irresponsible and dangerous. Letting your personal emotions and feelings influence your apology in a guilt-tripping or playing the victim way is of course going to diminish any efforts of accountability or acknowledgement of your actions. I'm not gonna lie, to prepare for this video, I literally watched about 40 apology videos before I had to tap out. And that isn't even scratching the surface. Which is why a lot of my references are just photos of the apology videos on the screen instead of of referencing them within this video, which is what I typically do, because I'm not gonna lie, there are too many reoccurring names and too many reoccurring videos that fit all of the criteria or multiple criteria that I am talking about, and it'd just be a video of me repeating the same 40 names over and over and over again, to the point where I would get more comments being like, hey, take a shot every time she says James Charles, take a shot every time she says Jeffree Star, take a shot every time she says Shane Dawson, take a shot every time she says Tana Mojo, take a shot every time she says Tati, take a shot every time she says PewDiePie, take a shot, take a shot every time she says insert name here. So, I tapped out hard. I tapped out so freaking hard that with one of the apology videos, I was literally lost for words. I was taken so aback for all of the right reasons. And I'm not even lying when I say that Tana freaking Mojo said one of the most emotionally intelligent things I have ever heard in an apology video ever. That's right, Tana freaking Mojo has said one of the most emotionally intelligent things I have ever heard in an apology video on the internet and just in life in general. I decided that that was enough for the day when that happened. I quote, "The only goal that I was taught that I actually internalized was that when I was in the wrong, I needed to make people like me again, versus what I could do to become a person that people actually like." Tana freaking Mojo. However you say it, whatever. Tana. Tana said this. That's enough internet for one day. Now, quite a lot of comments on the video do actually ask who scripted the video for Tana, because it seemingly surpasses the emotional intelligence and intelligence in general of the Tana that we all know. Also, she seemingly hasn't really stuck to that apology video, but that's its own video analysis. But regardless of if Tana actually wrote the apology herself or not, she is seemingly admitting to consistently making full stop apologies rather than fully acknowledging the effect of her awful behavior. But from this apology, seemingly she was aiming to be a better person that she could be proud of and that others could be proud of. In all honesty, I don't care if Tana wrote this specific phrase or not, because regardless, I absolutely love it because it is so freaking correct. I just wish more people, including Tana, actually took this approach with their apology videos and how they are after the video is posted. Ultimately, do awful things, suffer the consequences. With the internet, typically the consequences are people not being particularly shy about their opinions on your awful behavior. But instead of making these emotionally unintelligent apology videos in the hopes to repair a reputation, swallow your pride and consider maybe the best course of action isn't to try and make people like you again, but to become someone worth liking. And with all of that said and done, that is everything. That is all, or at least majority of my melted brain thoughts in one messy video. Done! 40 apology videos. I'm proud of my efforts. I am proud that I managed to get through 40 apology videos, but hot diggity damn, I never want to do this again. I would rather do Beauty Community Part 2 again than do this kind of video again. This was way too much for me. I know. 40 videos, I should have tapped out at 20. Of course, this isn't all of my thoughts and opinions. This is just the majority, because there are some thoughts and opinions of mine that have already been highlighted in so many other videos. For example, starting the apology videos off with like turning on the camera, and when you finish it, you turn off the camera. But with all of your other videos, you never show you turning on the camera or turning off the camera. So it's like, okay, why are we going with different editing techniques this time? Is it so that you can seem more human, so that you can seem more relatable when it comes to this apology video? Which, like, that's kind of a weird choice. Feels a bit manipulative, but whatever. There's also the sigh where it's like, hey guys, and it's like, oh, okay, you're sad, we get it. So there's bits and pieces like that that I haven't included in this video because I think everyone knows them at this point, and if there is a YouTuber out there who is making apology videos and still including the turn on, turn off, and the sigh, it ain't 2014, dude, come on. It's 2021, you're 4 years... What is math? You're 7 years behind. I did a science degree. I studied math. Either way, please let me know all of your thoughts and opinions, what you think of this video, if there are any apology videos that really stand out to you for all of the right and wrong reasons, if there are any apology videos that you think are good and genuine and legitimate, because I need to restore my faith in humanity a bit. I would really appreciate to watch some decent apology videos. I think my brain is literally melting. I can feel it. I can feel it frying. Like, I can feel it like a fuse in a fuse box going and then it just stops working. That's what my brain is doing right now. Either way, as I was saying, please let me know what you think of the video. Please let me know if there are any standout apology videos that you can think of. And also, if I've missed anything, please let me know. But also, on top of that, please let me know what you want me to talk about, because I know what I want me to talk about, but I don't know what you want me to talk about unless you tell me. And maybe you know of a Swiss cheese brain hole that I don't know about yet, because I know my holes, but you may know a hole that I don't even know exists. Like, I filled one today. Turns out brontosauruses existed again. That's probably the highlight to my day, in all honesty. I am so proud of my brontosauri for becoming an existing, extinct animal again. Is that not the best? Round of applause for the brontosauri. I digress. My brain is fried. While you're letting me know all of that, please also let me know what you think of my face. Oh my gosh. I look so freaking cute. I wanted to try soft vibes again. Fight me right now. Fight me right now. Fight me right now. You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare fight me right now. I look so cute. I look stunning. My beret, my makeup. Why have I never done like a mother of pearl kind of situation before on my face? I don't know what it is about this makeup right now, but I look incredible. I look stunning. I look breathtaking, and I am losing my absolute freaking mind. And because of this, if you're an OG subscriber of mine, now that the analysis is done and the makeup is on, and because I'm a legitimate beauty goddess on YouTube's, there is only one thing left to do, and that is a slow-mos. Boom. Oh my god, like even up close, look at that, look at my face right now, look at my face. It's just, the more I look at it, the better it gets. I'm so excited over this makeup, I'm starting to get anxious that I'm actually delusional, because maybe the way that I'm looking at this, I think it looks stunning, but the way that it's coming across on camera, or the way that it's coming across in reality, it actually looks trash. So I'm really hoping that people like this makeup as much as me, and people think that this is as cute as I think it is, because if not, I might just cry. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you are having a fantastic day, fantastic week, fantastic month, fantastic year, and I hope that you are doing as fantastic as always. Bye everyone!